are new sparks being made constantly? And do they all come from the same source?
Greetings, Julie. This is Ra.
Hello.
So yes, sparks are still being created. And the if you delve deep, then we would say that yes, the all sparks come from source. However, because and the reason for that, as you know, the reason for that is because all of us are connected and all are connected to source. Even those who have chosen to be separated from source are still connected to source. They cannot separate themselves completely. But so what we would say about the sparks that are being created now, which Laura is smiling, her face is smiling because we are smiling because we enjoy seeing the new baby sparks that are born. But the creators are all different. So as you move, as a spark moves through evolution, moves through the dimensions and moves higher and higher on the evolutionary scale, then they begin to learn how to create sparks themselves. Now, this obviously is a bit of a regulated process. It is a teaching that must be gone through. And we, even though it does happen in other universes, in this particular universe, we do not allow creation of sparks just willy-nilly. That is not the purpose of this universe. The purpose of this universe that you exist in is for education and for learning and then applying what you have what you have learned. So yes, sparks are continually being created. Yes, the source is the deepest base for the generation of these sparks. However, the creators are all different. In fact, many of you who are listening to this right now will eventually choose to learn how to make your own sparks and become creators yourselves at the highest levels. It is very similar to what you humans do now as co-creators to physically in your 3D create life. However, at the upper levels of evolution, you may choose to create a spark as individually as yourself, or you may choose to co-create a spark with a few of your other soulmates at the higher evolutionary levels. So it is once again, it is something that we absolutely as a council and ourselves as Raw love to see. We love to see what we would call the baby sparks uh, uh, be created.
Thank you so much, Rob. Um, does physical life everywhere in the universe then have a soul or higher self, like from the ant to the marmoset? You know what I mean?
Every single spark has a soul. Every single spark has a higher self that it is attached to and is belongs with and So yes, the answer to that is there is not anything that is made that does not have a connection to a higher self. Now, the higher selves may be slightly different. Um, a For example, as a human, as incarnated as a human, you are connected to your mm, we will say it this way, although this is not exactly correct. However, at the time, this is what is understood on your earth. So, as a human being, you are connected to your singular higher self, whereas animals that have incarnated on earth as, say, an animal or an insect are connected to a higher self that um, is a singular higher self, but is is has many incarnations of animals or insects or that kind of thing. So,
Mm.
so what we would say is that um, one higher self may have several horses that may have the entire herd that is part of its that are all part of this one higher self. Now, we will go into just briefly how when we say singular higher self, that is actually not correct. There is nothing that is singular, including our own source of this universe. They are not singular. So it is a very difficult concept sometimes for humans to understand because you as a human uh, believe that you are separate and that your higher self then would also be separate. However, your higher self mm, has a myriad of shards of other higher selves and other personalities that are a conglomerate. And then your higher self is also a part of a soul group. So the singularity of your higher self is usually the easiest one, the easiest concept to understand. But also understand that that particular higher self has many um, uh, shards of existence that is part of the higher self of each of us, including Ra, including Jud. So we hope that is not too difficult to understand, but we will stop there for that explanation.
Yeah, if I'm hearing you correctly, it's a bit like multitasking. Is that right? Like when I'm cooking dinner and I'm watching the peas and also making the salad, and is that a correct way to think of it as simple multitasking?
Yes, that would be one way to put it. Yes, there are other ways, concepts, in that it can be put, but that is one way to look at it. Yes.